Okay, so today we're gonna do a dinosaur tier list of dinosaurs from Jurassic World Evolution. I already did a tier list of dinosaurs before, but this one is from Jurassic World Evolution. I haven't played it since like in a long time because uh what's the point? Because the second game's out and I lost interest in it. So let's start off with the Acrocanthosaurus. So I've never actually made one because I just never felt like it. Or actually, I have never unlocked it, so I'm gonna put that in. Um, just for design, I'll put it in B tier because I like how smooth it looks. Then there's the what is this? The Albertosaurus. This thing, I actually didn't unlock it either, so I've never spawned it. But the design alone, I'm gonna put it in A tier, just because of the design. And I was playing the DLC, the Sanctuary DLC, and I forgot to save this one. I was going to, but I just saved like a Carnotaurus, so like yeah. And then the Allosaurus, I like the design, and also in the game it's pretty interesting. So I'm putting this one in B tier also. And this the Ankylodocus is a disappointment. It can't even fight back like the Ankylosaurus. It's just like a normal sauropod, so this thing is a freaking disappointment. Even the design looks trash. So I'm putting that in the D tier because it's not F tier because at least it's in the game. Then there's the Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus. It's the same as this, but it looks better. So we're just judging it on design. So obviously this one looks all dusty and sandy, and this one I just like its design. Jurassic Park 3 was my favorite Jurassic Park movie. Yeah, I know, fight me. But it's definitely going in the A tier for design. Now the Indominus Rex. Who doesn't like the Indominus Rex, right? And but in the game it was see in the game I don't know, I don't remember. In the game I didn't really like it. No, I did, but no, it's the Indominus Rex. It's definitely going A tier. What am I talking about? Then the Ankylosaurus, the same as that, just well, the dinosaur itself is pretty cool, so it's going in B tier. I don't want to give it a bad. Then there's a Apatosaurus. It's just too slow and dopey, but I do like the design, and it's just a cute little dinosaur. And the Gallimimus, I'm putting that in B tier also because it's from Jurassic Park. Then the Baryonyx, I feel like it's kind of generic, but you can put them in groups of five. Well, actually, no, I think it's two, yeah. But I like to put them in groups of five because it just look cool. So it's B tier. Then the okay, what is going on here? Oh wait, I think I know what this is. This is the Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus. This is the normal one, or I don't know. I'm just gonna say this is the Jurassic Park one. So this one, the design is amazing. I like that DLC, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Then the normal Brachiosaurus, it was the same thing, but with less cool design. The design's still good, but it's not an A tier. It's just a B tier. Then the Camarasaurus, that thing was short, slow, and stubby, so that's a C tier. Then the Carcharodontosaurus, my favorite dinosaur, the Planet Dinosaur version, I like that. That one was really cool, but this one, its snout is too long, so I'm not gonna give it S tier, just an A tier. Then Carnotaurus, I like Carnotaurus. It's like a devil dinosaur, so it's going in B tier because it's not like really good, but it's going to B tier. Then the Ceratosaurus, I like it because it's not little like the Jurassic Park 3 one, so I don't know where to put it. I'm gonna put it right here because it wasn't that crazy of a dinosaur. No, it's not bad. It's here. No, that's hard. I'll put it there. Just put it there. Then the Chasmosaurus, its horns are too short, and it just wasn't that crazy, but it wasn't a bad dinosaur either. Then the what is that? The Chunkingosaurus. There actually was a racist joke in the game. I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, this dinosaur is gonna get also a C tier because it's just short Stegosaurus and the Compy, the only small, like really tiny dinosaur in the game. Actually, I one time like spawned in like made 30 of them. Then I put like some raptors, and I was like, wait, where like the raptors are getting kills? Like, wait, how are they getting kills? And then compies were disappearing. But the brutal animation when they die is just so good. So this is getting an A tier because it's unique. Then the Corythosaurus, it's not doesn't look like the Jurassic Park 3 one, which is very disappointing. So it is going in the C tier. Then we have the what is that? I have no idea. This thing is the Krytonosaurus. Just by looks, it looks dopey, but also not like really ugly like Ankylodocus that's in there. Then Deinonychus, they just because of that really painful mission that they made me go through, and they kept escaping. They're getting a C tier. They are B tier quality, but just because of how cranky they are, they're going in C. Then there's the Diplodocus. Not really much to say about it, but it's going in A tier because it's Diplodocus. Well, actually, since it can't whip its tail, it's going in B tier. Well, no, no, it's going here. It's going here. Then the Draco Rex. Is that the Draco Rex? Let's see. Yeah, that is. This thing was just. It looks mean just by looking at it. It's mean, and it's way too short, and it's just a not very not an all around not very nice dinosaur. So it's getting a C tier. I should put it in D tier really, but yeah, I would. I would. Then what is that another? Wait, is that Dreadnoughtus? Oh, Dreadnoughtus. That thing, I think in the game, if you modify them, they can live for 300 years, which I think an in-game year is 1 day, so that's like 300 in-game days. And an in-game day is like, hold on, let me see. Okay, it doesn't show. I'm gonna say it was like 10 minutes for an in-game day. I don't know, but this I just like how big it is, and I put it like in the forest away from everything, and the trees are still taller than it, so I'll just get a nice little B tier. Then the Dryosaurus, I liked it, but they are very easily killable. But just overall design, I'll put it in A because it's so cute. Edmontosaurus, well, there's not really much to say. It's just Edmontosaurus. I like the design, but it's just a B tier dinosaur. Then Euoplocephalus, that was a really cool one, especially like the white texture. And then putting them on a beach, they look really good, so they're getting an A tier. Wait, didn't I just do it? Wait, that's not Gallimimus. That's that one thing that's really hard to pronounce. Yeah, I didn't. That's the one. The only DLC I didn't get was the one that adds 5 dinosaurs. And for this thing, hold on. Based off of looks, it looks really dopey and gross. It's going in D tier. Then Gallimimus is going in B tier. Is that where it was, or was it in A tier? How did I just? No, it was in B tier. Okay. Then Gigantosaurus. The noise was kind of disappointing, but that fight in the Doctor Wu DLC was really good. So it's going in A tier because it's Gigantosaurus, right? Then this one is called Gigant Spinosaurus, I think, but I thought it was Giant Spinosaurus. So I didn't even look at the picture, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be a giant Spinosaurus." So for the disappointment, it's getting a C tier. Then Herrerasaurus. I just like this overall. Like, there's nothing much to say except it's just a cool dinosaur. It makes funny noises, so it's getting the S tier because it's Herrerasaurus, right? Also, this design. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it there. Then Homalocephaly, which I didn't really like it that much, but it's a good dinosaur, so we get to see. Then there's Wu. No, what is that actually? Hyangosaurus. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. A Hyangosaurus is like Chunkingosaurus, except less fat. and also less interesting, but it still can get a C tier. Then there's Iguanodon, which I never used, but I heard the animation like it is really cool, and but the design is just way too basic, so it's just gonna get a C tier or B tier for the unique animation. Then there's Indoraptor, which I liked Indoraptor. In the movie, it was too scary. Well, it was actually intentionally scary, but like it's just a dinosaur, you know. It doesn't need to be that scary. So I'm gonna put it in the game. Well, we're talking about in the game. Well, in the game, it was kind of disappointing as it it just jump kicked the attack. You couldn't jump on the back. But since it is Indoraptor, it's getting A tier. Now there's what is that? Stegosaurus? No, that's something else. It's not Stegosaurus, right? Yeah, Stegosaurus is like right here. I don't I don't know what that is. That's a that's a that's Kentrosaurus, I think. Kentrosaurus gets a B tier because there's nothing really much to say about it. Then there's Myosaurus, which I hated this thing because it's first of all it makes me think about mayonnaise. Well, eating this thing with mayonnaise, I don't know why. It's an ugly dinosaur. It's weak and slow, so it's getting an F tier. I never liked this thing. Then there's Majungasaurus, which I didn't buy that pack to get it, but I just like how it's full picture. It's like slumping down, and it's Majungasaurus. So I'll put it here. Just I would put it here, but I've never actually used it. Then there's Mamenchisaurus, which I love how tall it is. I like its design. I like how long it lives and the noise it's make. So it's going in A tier. Then Metriacanthosaurus. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs, second to Carcharodontosaurus. And I just like the little frog noises it makes. It's going in S tier. I haven't unlocked that, but or have I? Metaburosaurus? I don't know. It's in D tier because it's not that interesting. The Pseudoceratops, as much as I liked it in other games, it's just not as interesting in this one. It feels like a rip-off Triceratops. It's getting D tier. Then Nigersaurus. This thing is actually I like it because it eats from a small ground feeder, and it can actually be killed. So it's getting an A tier because how cool it looks. What is that? That's a I don't know. It looks like an armadillo, and it's dusty, and I never used it, or at least I don't remember using it. So it's just getting there. Polacanthus, I think. Yeah, Polacanthus wasn't that interesting. There's Tyrannosaurus. It actually kind of looks like this dinosaur, this one right here, and it's pretty good. I like how smooth it is. It's also just another B tier dinosaur. And then Pachycephalosaurus. Yeah, I like Pachycephalosaurus. It's the only can yeah, it can fight back against the raptors, which is really cool. So it's getting a I don't know. I'll just put it in B tier because not everything deserves an A tier. Then there's hold on. Oh, they removed the pause button. I forgot. Okay, then there's Parasaurolophus. Which one? Oh, this is the Lost World skin. So I'm gonna judge it by its skin. It's a B tier, and same for this one because it's freaking Parasaurolophus. Then there's Pentaceratops, which is built like a camel, and is just an all out weird dinosaur. So no. What is that? That's Polacanthus. Yeah, it's going in C tier. Yeah, you really thought you could escape. Then there's I know what this is called, but I forgot it. But I never used that blue skin for. I used another one, but this one this one was a pain in the butt for I used it in Return to Jurassic Park. I put it where at the bottom of the map, and it would always run around the fence or escape somehow. So it's getting a D tier just because of how annoying it was. Then there's Pteranodon, which it's freaking Pteranodon, right? If they escape, they just fly away. But you know they can change colors and they have cool animations and they're unique, so they're going in S tier. Then there's this little booger, which I can already tell it's Sauropelta, right? Yeah, I never spawn them because they're just a pain, you know. So they're going in F tier. Then there's Sinoceratops, which is from yeah, Sinocer. I like the holes it has in its head, the one horn. So it's gonna go in A tier just because of how cool it is. Then there's Spinoraptor, which is not actually it only can live for like 15 years, I think, which is not that long unless if you modify it. But even then, it can't live that long. But I do like its animations and stuff, and it can fight Indoraptor and survive. So it's getting an S tier just because it's Spinoraptor. Then there's Spinosaurus, which is um well, it's Spinosaurus, right? So it's going in A tier. There's nothing really much to say about it. Then there's this thing, which I just like to use it, not as food, but just to bully because this thing is ugly. And I don't remember its name. It's like from I think it's from China, right? You find it in China, and it's I don't know. I just don't like how smooth and brown it is, and that little fin it has on its head. I really forgot the name of it, but I just use it as bait for other dinosaurs, or just because I like because of how ugly they are. I just really want them to get eaten. I'm not gonna put it in F tier, but they are good food. So I mean, if I was needed to eat any dinosaur, I'd eat this. So it's going in D tier. It really deserves an F tier, but actually, no, I'm gonna make a whole new tier just for it. There, negative Z tier. That's how much I hated this. That's how much I hate this thing. It gets a negative Z tier. Then there's Stegoceratops, which I like the extra horns and the design, and it's really good. They missed the opportunity. Does it charge or swing? I think it charges, right? Yeah, they kind of missed that opportunity, but it's still a cool hybrid. And then there's the 1997 Stegosaurus, which the design alone gives it an A tier. No, B tier. Never mind, not an A tier. Then the normal design just well, it's Stegosaurus, but it's really fuzzy. So yeah, you're getting a C tier. Then Struthiomimus. It's just the first dinosaur. I don't want to be harsh on it, but its requirements aren't that crazy, and it's cheap. So it's getting a B tier. You know, I don't want to be mean to it, but I also don't want to be overly nice. Then Stygimoloch. It's getting. I'm just gonna one up it on Draco Rex because it's at least it's not as ugly and annoying. Then there's Styracosaurus, which I never used it because it didn't buy its DLC, but it's definitely getting an A tier design alone. Same for Suchomimus. Yeah, I haven't. I didn't get it, but I just love its design. Then there's Torosaurus, which is just it's Torosaurus. Not much you could say about it. It's getting a C tier. Triceratops. Now the Jurassic. This one looks like it's like a T posing model, doesn't it? Tell me this does not look like a T posing model. See how detailed these are. Then there's this thing. Yee. Just from the design, it's getting an A tier because how much I like the Jurassic Park DLC. So it's getting there. It is actually it's gonna get one right here. And then there's the normal Dusty Triceratops, which gets an A tier because it's a Triceratops. Then there's Troodon, which is an annoying little thing that's definitely getting an F tier. No questions asked. Nothing. There's nothing good about it. Then there's that, which is basically this, but not as actually I like it. Tissanteosaurus. It's getting a C tier. Then there's the Jurassic Park T Rex, which since it is the Jurassic Park T Rex, is also getting an S tier. And then the normal T Rex is getting an A tier because it's the T Rex. Then the Jurassic Park 3, no, I mean the Jurassic Park Raptor is getting an A tier. I don't know why there's not the other skins. And then finally the normal Raptor, which gets a C tier because of how much it escapes. There we go. there is all I think I'm gonna say 70 dinosaurs in the game, and I noticed if you didn't notice, I kind of started going fast at the end. But there's not really much. What much could you say about freaking Pentaceratops? Besides it looks like a camel. So that's it. Tell me what other tier lists I should make, and see you in the next video.